What's up, everybody? It's Jai. This is MAJRs. Welcome back. We got breaking news. LeBron James is headed to the Philadelphia 76ers in the offseason signing that everybody's been waiting for. I'm here with Antonio, Mikey, Reese behind the desk at the cam. What y'all think?
Hey, man, told you we had to get a little emergency pod going, man. We've been waiting for this news, but we're in the middle of the third week or almost coming up on the fourth week of LeBron watch, and we needed this. I needed this, you know?
Yeah, he had us waiting for so long for whatever reason.
Hold on. He's a Bron hater. Go ahead.
Not a Bron hater. I'm just a realist.
Bron hater.
With that being said, I am glad that he didn't come to my team.
He's still mad he left the Heat
Not
autumn
mad
year.
at all. It's
They ain't
just-
done nothing since. That's what you get. Is
Mikey
sentiment.
know good and he know good and well. If LeBron James would have been on the Heat, he'd have been screaming finals. He'd have been screaming all this, that, and the third.
I'm screaming finals now. What you talking
We're
about?
going finals this year?
Oh,
This year?
we getting further
This
than the
year.
Knicks.
Look at the
We getting
uncomfortability.
further
This is
than
how
the
he
Knicks.
never want to answer the question. He always moving the goalposts. And he look.
We supposed to talk about
finish
breaking
Finish
news.
that
This is
sentence.
what he's talking about.
No.
This is breaking
That is breaking. You
This
just
is the
said
biggest
they go in
news
the
of all
finals.
offseason.
Listen, y'all already know my stance.
But finish the
You
other
a
sentence.
shaky Knicks fan, so don't even talk to
Finish
me.
the other. Finish the
But-
other sentence for the people though.
Shaky. How
That
you
the
shaky?
Miami.
You know how he's shaky.
How am I shaky?
You a Knicks fan, but now you done put on your
Now-
Philly
now-
jersey.
now-
You don't put on.
Now I'm a Bron fan.
Now
Now
I'm
I'm
a
a Bron
If
fan.
we can have a healthy Embiid.
Explain to them the state.
No, don't explain nothing.
Oh, let
Y'all
him
don't let me explain
Let the man
shit.
explain.
Y'all don't let me explain nothing.
Let the man
But
explain.
back to the new topic at hand, anyways. You know, Sixers, they're probably the favorites in the East.
Absolutely.
With this acquisition, they're
Way better
definitely
than the Heat.
the favorites. I feel like in the league,
Right.
definitely should be winning the championship.
You think favorites in the league? Who do you have? I wouldn't say favorites in the league.
I still think
They
Thunder
would say Thunder and Spurs probably would still be ahead.
But they're top three in the league.
Yeah, for sure. They were definitely top in that top five, top three.
That starting five is better than both the Thunder and OKC. I mean, the Thunder and Spurs.
Offensively, yes. Offensively, yes.
They have defensive pieces too. Brown, VJ,
Okay, defensively, no. Versatility, no. And continuity and
but
teamwork.
the struggle is making it mesh. That's
See, this is that OKC I'm talking about, bro. How?
How what?
Embiid is better on offense and defense than Hartenstein and Chet combined. Yes or no?
Availability
That's a
is a
fact.
lot, bro.
Yes
Offense,
or
yes.
no?
Offense, yes.
And defense.
No.
Who's better than Embiid on that team in defense?
Chet right now.
Are we serious?
Yeah, that's
Mikey, you can.
I never thought I would say this.
Hold on,
Mikey,
hold on.
continue talking, bro. I don't want to hear from you no more. Appreciate
I'll
it.
explain later. Go
I've
ahead.
never heard no.
But I think
Nah,
that
I don't know.
Sixers team, the real thing is obviously gonna be how they mesh, getting it to work together, and you know however long that takes. But I think they're the clear cut favorites for sure.
Oh, out of the East for sure. I
The
would
whole
definitely
they
do that.
there should be the number one to win the championship.
I mean, if you would look at it as, I'm pretty sure the ones are moving crazy right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But I still think they're gonna back. The betters are gonna back OKC and the Spurs
I
more
ain't
than that
gonna
Philly
lie.
team.
I like them way more than I like the.
Spurs person.
I like them way more than I like the Thunder right now.
Yes,
I ain't gonna lie.
they lost a lot.
I like them.
They
I like
lost a
them
lot of
way
depth.
more than I like the Spurs too. I'm not
That's
gonna
not a
lie.
lot. Aaron Wiggins is a little
You
dude.
know McCain got his cereal took by VJ Edgecombe. That's who might be our starting shooting guard.
I'm not mad at McCain. McCain
But I'm
did
just-
a lot of
VJ
work.
like that.
I'm not saying mad about it, but the team, the Sixers on paper is just better than OKC. On
Yeah.
paper.
Nah,
I
they
say
are.
offensively, yes. I will say
We can go down the list right now. Let's go down
Well,
the
how
list.
am I wrong though? Like, what's wrong with a 10 offensively?
Is
Defensively,
Shea light years ahead of Maxey?
As a player,
He's not light years ahead of him.
yes, he is.
Maxey did average 30.
Light
I wouldn't say light years.
Yeah,
He's
average
better.
30.
Is
He's
Shea
better,
a
he's
better
better.
player than him?
Shea
Yes.
is
Is he light years better than him?
No.
No.
So that means if he's not light, that means he's not light years ahead of Luka, Jokic, or any of the top players. We're talking about Shea, who is the top guard in the league. You're telling me Maxey and Shea, there's not a big gap?
You saying there's a big gap between Shea and Luka?
Shea and Maxey.
Shea is like tier
What
one.
did you-
Max is tier two.
In the NBA right now,
Okay.
Maxey.
That's not light years.
Yeah, that's not
That's
light
not
years.
light
That's
years.
not light years.
I think the gap is
If you said Shea and Derek White, yeah.
Okay, I don't go. Yeah, see, okay,
Now-
that's Yes.
Now you know what is light
There's a
years?
big gap.
Shea and Davion.
Now you know what is light years?
Light years.
Jalen Brown, Jerry McCain. That's light years.
Yes. No.
For
Okay,
sure.
even Jalen Brown and Jalen Williams.
Yeah, I'm saying
that's a big
we're
gap.
gonna go
Yeah, that's
one
what
by
I'm
one.
saying.
Let's
Let's
go
go
one by
down
one. Because now who's your starter two? You said Casey Wallace. Casey Wallace or DJ Edgecombe.
Take Casey right now.
Of course you would. Anyways, Jalen Brown or Jalen Williams.
Jalen Brown.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
LeBron James or Chet Holmgren.
LeBron James. No, like I said, offensively.
Did I not say offensively?
I said defensively, I'm taking the Thunder.
Defensively, who is OKC gonna exploit on that team defensively?
They're not exploiting anybody, but their unit works well together. Alex Caruso can guard. He can guard Maxey. He can guard VJ.
That's
Brown
one,
is
but
gonna
that's
be
one
strong.
person. That's one person. You got to guard three
Gotta guard
people.
all of them.
You got to guard. Actually, you really got to
We
guard
still
all
got
five
Casey
of them.
Wallace. Casey Wallace can guard a VJ.
If you
Then
got
I can send
So
Jalen
who are we
Williams.
taking off? So is
Jalen
Shea
Williams
is not
is-
on the court in this lineup.
He is in the court.
so who you
So
gonna
you're
guard?
so who's
And
Shea
speaking of that,
guarding?
matter of fact, this is the time we were talking about.
Yeah,
Jay
you
gonna
can't
get
hide
hunted
Jay.
now.
Nah,
They gonna get hunted.
Not necessarily hunted, but he's going to
But
have
that's
to
what-
work.
but that's
He's gonna
what-
have to
Yes,
work.
you're gonna go after Shea. That's a good plan.
You
Yeah.
going after Shea and you going after Chet. I'm not.
Yeah, because look,
That's good. That's good. offense.
we not gonna want to.
Same way you go.
We're not gonna want to mess with Kaysen. We're not gonna want to mess with Caruso. So
Right.
now it's
They're
gonna
gonna be
be.
busy on their perimeter.
Yes, but
That's food. That's one-on-one Embiid versus Chet, or Embiid versus Hartenstein. That's one-on-one Braun versus Jalen Williams, or Chet. That's
LeBron versus Jalen Williams.
Food.
Jalen Williams is a better defender than you may be getting credit for,
Food.
but LeBron James is far beyond IQ wise, so he can pick apart anybody.
food.
You're really not going to say it's just like Jalen Williams about guarding LeBron James, because that's LeBron James.
He can't guard Brown.
It's LeBron James. Who's guarding LeBron?
That's my point. He
It's-
ain't gonna
but,
guard.
but that's nobody though. That's nobody.
But I mean, yeah, that is nobody. But we are talking about the combines of these two teams. And
But
what's
exactly. But I'm saying
You
if
put
you're
him on
talking
him,
about
that's
good
food.
defenders, Jalen Williams is the best wing defender we have, and he's one of the best wing defenders in the league.
I think Caruso's a better wing defender.
He is, but he's a guard. He's really 6'3", 6'4". I need Jalen Williams.
Jalen Williams like 6'6".
Jalen Williams got a 7-foot wingspan at 6'6". He's guarding. He's a wing.
Caruso got longer arms too. I'm saying.
7 foot, bro. Nah, Jalen Williams built a little iron.
Let's get away from the OKC Philly matchup that we keep talking about. So let's just get towards what do we think about the signing? 2 years, $4 million in a year, $8 million total player option in his second year. Better, he ousted suitors like Cleveland, ousted suitors like Golden State, ousted Miami, of course. LaMelo said he made a late push. He released some journals to LeBron to get him to consider Minnesota. Obviously, Indiana Pacers guard Halliburton tried to make a pitch at Fanatics Fest. I'm just so glad we beat these allegations and we chose Philly because the Golden State allegations were terrible as soon as he announced he wasn't going back to the Lakers. And I was just praying that he was not going to Golden State. I like the Cavs because of the lineup versatility. Yes, they were struggling on perimeter defense, but they would have still had Jalen Tyson coming off the bench, and that would have been your perimeter dog. Malik Thomas is over there now, too. That would have been a cool little homecoming team. Miami.
Keep my team.
I never liked the Miami.
I never liked the Miami.
We didn't like it either.
You did. You made a whole post. You got somebody fired for it.
you know
You
what,
got the
though?
opposition because you wanted LeBron so bad.
we ain't
That's
like
how
it either.
bad you wanted Bron.
I will be honest. Out of all the teams, my whole idea, the two teams I thought fit best for Bron the whole time were 76ers and San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're talking about I want to win a ring, you go to those two teams.
Yeah, if you want to win a ring, you go to 76ers. You don't go play with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell if you want a championship.
I agree. I was like, I didn't think that was going to win. It might be cool. It might have been a good storyline. Ended where you started, and you won their first ring. Cool. Wipe the book off, sign it off. But this is how you put a stamp on that joint, and then you done.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm neither on the ring.
I also saw something where they were like, it has us, man, hold on to Anthony Davis. It would have been a very enticing little draw too, because you would have had Kyrie, AD, Cooper Flag, and Bron.
To this
That would've
day,
been a little interesting.
They need to press charges against Nico. Nico Harrison.
He out of a job for a reason, though.
Press charges against that man. It's not too late. What he did to Dallas, I'm gonna forever say that.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like what's in there? It was on there. I just feel like he saw that coming. Mark Cuban.
He don't own the team no more.
I know, but I feel like that's why he got out of there. I feel like he saw something coming. He was like, yeah, this not.
He ain't see that. He did not see that coming. Now he talked
Not
about
that, but I think he's seen
No,
that.
he said when he gave up majority ownership, he saw that the new ownership was putting a lot more like focus on what the general manager wanted to do instead of like the input coming down the ladder like he usually does. So that's why he was like, I'm not. Am I surprised? Of course, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that they let the GM
He said-
make such a decision.
because he also said if he knew they was going to trade Luka, he probably would have sold the team.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I feel like he thought he was leaving the team in good hands, but boy was he wrong.
Nah, they left that team. That team was in shambles, early,
Yeah.
bro. Like, literally, again, we keep saying this about trades. AD went there. He was there for like what? Like
7 months, 8
30
months.
games.
how long was packed up by that, and they gave up Luka for that? Your franchise.
30
player.
games. They
And
gave
it's
up
like-
They
Luka
got
for-
CJ
McCollum.
They gave up Luka for Max Christie and somebody else, but nobody major really. But yeah,
And it's like, do you really like? I know we talking about LeBron and all, but I'm still not so Cooper flag even sniffs the level of Luka, bro. So like, yeah, you get him in the draft the year after,
Yeah, he
but like
he don't.
his ceiling ain't really that high.
He'll be an all-star.
He'll be an all-star.
I don't think that would have been a fit for Arnold either. But if one, the Wizards, they were headstrong or we're not getting rid of AD. So I think anything about him moving was why like he kind of eliminated teams like the Warriors so fast. He's like, I'm not going to. They're about AD because I said, I also don't understand his desire to play with AD again, especially at this point in his career. AD barely playing. AD played less than almost 42-year-old man. So
Man, that's his man's, you know. That's his man's. That's his man's.
see, he tried to play with D Wade at the end of his career. What happened? He left Cleveland.
I mean, same point. Like that was his man's. He wanted him to pull up for the vibes, and
He brought Carmelo to LA. What happened? You gotta stop.
again, I pull up for the.
Carmelo
Hey,
didn't go outside. Wade went outside. Carmelo didn't go
Carmelo,
outside.
Carmelo a little bit. It was a sad
It was
way to-
I ain't
sad,
gonna lie.
but
I
it
ain't-
wasn't sad.
It wasn't sorry. Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
sorry.
ain't like that 0-0 on Carmelo. though.
Me neither.
They ain't-
I ain't like him.
that was nasty. That was nasty.
It was a
Or a 0-0 in LA.
A 0-0 on Carmelo ain't look good. I wouldn't. like that.
Back to the Philly talk though. Who y'all think now is the number one?
That's no question.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean by number one? Like
The
number
number
one
one
scorer?
option. Number one option. And the
That's what I'm saying.
person
The
and
number
the
one
person
ball
take
handler is LeBron.
number one option.
Ball handler.
If
Yeah,
like,
number
like,
one
like,
ball
if
handler.
game on the line, who getting the rock?
Number one option, and who's your closer? Who's taking that last shot? Who's the alpha male on that team right now?
Alpha
I
male,
think
like
this team is going to be best shot available. That's why I'm saying number one ball handler is going to be LeBron.
I'm a little curious. Why wouldn't it be
Maxey's not a great
Maxey's not-
facilitator.
He's not
Maxey
a,
plays very
he's a
well
scorer.
off
He's a
ball.
scorer.
right.
He's
He
a
is a scorer.
BJ Edgecombe, yes, he's a great player, and we love what he saw, out of his rookie year, but he's not dominant enough
I ain't
that,
gonna
or that
lie.
far in the tooth to be like, I need the ball.
you know what's probably finna happen though. And I know this is probably gonna sound crazy in terms of what I'm insinuating, but I don't think it's the craziest thing that VJ may come off the bench.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
What they probably gonna run? They're probably
That's
gonna
the
run.
closing
They're
lineup.
probably gonna run Maxey, JB, Braun, Dean Wade, and
You think
B.
D Wade will be in the space the floor?
They probably want to space.
have to.
But
They probably
I
want
feel
to space
you
the floor a
have
little
enough
bit.
space in
And that way they can have VJ off the bench with a guy like LeBaron Fallon that they just drafted. But they're gonna try to take VJ off the bench, give him like them 25, 28 minutes a game to kind of give either JB a break or whatever. Yeah, I think they'll do it that way rather than go Maxey.
It's too many
Now,
minutes.
yeah, to close the game.
Close the game.
That's gonna be the lineup for sure.
That Maxey, BJ, JB, Braun, and B. That's closing lineup, ideally. And like I said, closing lineup is still going to be primary ball handler LeBron. And Maxey is just a regular ball player. Jalen will need the ball to score, but I think it's going to be all about getting them an open shot. Same thing with Embiid. If it's the matchups persist, it's just
But that's
getting
the
open
thing,
shot.
though. Players like JB and Embiid, they like the ball in their hands and making their own offense, especially in that.
Yeah, but we-
triple,
that's-
in that
That's what I'm
triple threat.
thinking. I'm a little curious about the reason I would not say Braun to be the ball handler. I think he will facilitate the offense either with or without the ball in his hand. But I think you're going to probably see Maxey bringing the ball up the court or Jaylen Brown having the ball in his hands at most times. But I do see Braun leading the offense just more with presence than with the ball in his hands because of the point in his career that he's in.
Yeah,
He
no,
wants to
for
take
sure.
that back
The
seat.
thing about this team is it's going to be a lot more run and gun. It's going to be a lot transition buckets. We're going to focus on transition buckets a lot more. Like, yes, if we're getting set in the half court, like after, a made bucket by the opponents, yeah, Maxey will bring the ball up. Yeah, Jaylen Brown will bring the ball up. Yeah, sure. Right. But when it gets to 16 seconds in that shot clock, 14, get a ball LeBron on top of the key or throw it to him in the low post, let him operate. It's all matchup dependent. But like I'm saying, a lot of Maxey and Visa are good off-ball players. Jaylen Brown and Embiid aren't great off-ball players, but they are easily maneuverable within an offense to get an open shot. Because now you're so worried about Maxey cutting or EJ cutting or Embiid posting up on your center. He can't guard Embiid one-on-one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll be so much easier for him to move around.
So we see how the line is going to be. Who do you think the biggest challenge will be? Either East, West, anywhere in the league for the 76ers? Or will it be themselves? Like,
Miami
trying to
Heat.
figure it out.
You got to stop.
If there's a team built to combat the offensive firepower, is it not the Miami Heat?
No.
Why not? You have Bam,
Okay, go ahead.
Giannis in your front court.
Bam and Giannis
You-
are guard.
That's not where the problem is. Or
You have Austin Knight and Davion Mitchell,
Okay.
and you have Andrew Wiggins.
Okay. Good. Joe Wiggins is guarding.
Brown, more than likely, yeah.
Okay. So then who's guarding Braun?
Braun, Bam, or Giannis.
Okay.
Like,
wouldn't be the
defense was never a question for this Miami Heat team.
I can actually respect that. I like
Miami Heat.
So
But
is
it's the scoring.
Well, who's guarding VJ then?
We're not too worried about VJ.
VJ.
We can give up Pell Larson on VJ for it. Like,
Then that's the matchup.
but I'm saying,
then that's
if-
who we're
no,
going.
but listen, if VJ has to beat us, then go ahead, VJ. Beat us if you can.
So what about the Knicks? Do you think that's how competitive will that any Sixers be?
The next team actually is not as small. I was gonna say like the Spurs. That's how they pretty much matched up well too. Is they don't start a real power forward, a low list power forward. So they actually that closing lineup for the Sixers and that closing lineup for the Knicks actually does match up pretty well. The exploit will of course be Jalen Brunson though. Right. Whoever all has get in on it. And so yeah, same thing for like Cleveland, whoever offense. You know what I mean? Whoever Mitchell or Harden or guard, that's whoever offense. So yeah, but Miami, like realistically, like 1 through 5. I mean, except for their 2 in this room, unless Hardaway but like
I'm not worried.
one of the 5 on that Miami team is going to be the matchup.
Okay.
And at that
No,
point,
I
it's
mean-
like beat us if you can.
Yeah.
Because I'll take my if VJ has beat us, please.
Okay.
Please.
I'm not mad at that. What
But
you think,
then it's also on the other hand too. LeBron, Embiid, they're not holding Giannis to hand on the defensive.
They're not. Nah, Bam is not gonna be like, oh my God, we gotta stop Bam tonight. Like I respect Bam, but like I'm gonna be more worried about Giannis. My attention is more to Giannis before it goes down. And I don't. Also, will say I do not have Embiid stopping Giannis at all.
Who I got? I don't know. I don't know who would be a good matchup for them, to be honest. To be real, I think in the East, the only team that's like gonna really give them problems, in my opinion, is probably gonna be the Knicks. Other than that, like I think it's slow for the Celtics.
Yeah, very.
It's slow. It's slow for the Pistons. It's slow. Like I'm just rattling teams off. Like it's slow for everybody, I think, but the Knicks. And to be honest, I think it's slow for the Heat too. Slow. I think it's slow. It's slow.
Man, Indiana, no.
It's slow.
No.
Pistons
Defense never been-
Pistons have a good defensive team, but it's like they're not gonna keep up in scoring with them. Miami, good defensive team, they're not gonna keep up in scoring with them. Just not.
And then for the
then
West,
Then that's when we slow down
Again,
again.
that's what I'm saying. For the West,
like
OKC, Spurs.
I really only
Uh,
think, because even at that, the thing with the Spurs that I keep saying in this offseason, unless Steph Castle and them learn how to shoot and handle the ball, it may be slow for them too. If I'm being real, it may be slow because if you can't shoot, in my opinion, if you can't shoot against the Sixers team,
You're gonna fall behind.
yeah, it's going. It may get ground.
Because then they're really gonna slow that game down against you. Because you got the LeBrons, you got the Jalen, you got the and he's dribble the ball out. You know what I mean? It's gonna really get slow. So
Yeah. So I think it's one of them. Like even in the West, I think it's slow for the Nugs, slow for the Timberwolves. Yeah, it's slow for the Timberwolves.
If-
No, to be honest,
the Timberwolves can
The only thing with the Timberwolves
They're incomplete though right now.
is that like they don't have
Yeah,
a
They're
four.
too small.
They're too small.
They don't have a
You got
four.
Io Garden,
If there is a team though out
Or
west,
Brown.
if there is a team out west
You
though
McDaniels on
that
Brown.
could really,
Yeah.
like, last year they had a kind of bad year, but Houston, I can see that
Defensively.
defensively
Nah.
and
So
offensively.
once
got-
Sengun if he beat his
Sengun-
Celtics.
they still-
Sengun
Adams-
getting baked.
Steven Adams should be coming back healthy.
Okay.
They still got.
I'm not big on
They
it.
got him in. Marcus Smart they just signed.
Cool.
Tari Easenstutter.
Cool.
That team.
You ain't name me nobody can shoot a three.
Nobody on
I'm about to
offense.
say they got a lot of
Eason
wing
can shoot.
defenders.
Van Vliet should be
No,
coming back.
we saw Eason versus
stretch of this.
Yeah, that was a bad stretch.
It was a long stretch.
Yeah, it was. It was. He Griezmann parlay his too.
A lot of
There
grits.
we go with the grits, man.
But I think Houston, you got KD. Van Vliet should be coming back. Bogdanovich, he's a shooter. They just signed him this offseason as well. I think they sneakily got a chance.
Now, I'm not saying that this team is gonna get to the final. I'm not saying this, all right? So just putting that out there. I do want to see in a regular season game how they match up with a team like the Jazz, where they got two scoring guards and Peterson and Keontae, and I want to see who's guarding who. Like who's gonna be guarding that main ball handler or that main scorer when they got two potent guards like that. I mean, I am interested to see that.
Okay. Well, look, man, that's pretty much all the time we got today. This is probably the last time we'll hear about Bron moving anywhere besides to his house. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Antonio, Mikey, Reese, Shahi, we signing out.